Hello, everyone. This is your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And tonight, we are doing a special movie watch-along. I normally call these a TV party extra. It's a little bit different. This is actually a joint venture with the Superblog Team Up. I'm joined by Jesse Starcher from Source Material Podcast. How you doing, Jesse?
I'm doing spectacular, ready to watch some movie. It's a good Friday night to be joining you folks here and watching a movie I have no desire to watch any otherwise.
We'll talk about that in just a second. We're also joined from our Canada office, from various martial arts dojos, David Wright. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, thanks. This has been one on my to watch list for a while, but I figured it was not a film to watch by myself.
You needed support, huh?
Oh no, I think it sounds like a good one to watch with an audience.
So neither one of you have ever actually watched this before?
I have not.
I've been holding out for something like this.
Fantastic. I had never seen it before. I had heard that it was capital H horrendous. Of course, the movie we're talking about is Jupiter Ascending, starring Mila Kunis and Gambit. Good old Channing Tatum.
Not Gambit yet, from what I understand.
That dream will never die.
No, we're lighting a candle and we're holding out hope. So we're watching Jupiter Ascending for the Superblog Team Up. Why are we doing this, and what's a Superblog Team Up, Jesse?
Oh, well, hey, you know our friend Chris Bailey. He puts together it's an event, really, for a bunch of blogs to come together, and they are going to be discussing a specific topic. So the last one that we did, oh boy, I know we did our speedball episode, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the topic.
It was Redemption.
Redemption, that's right, Redemption. Now this topic I know, which is Immortal. So you have jumped into the fray this time and brought this along. By
jumped into the fray, he means I browbeat him.
I remember you, me, and Winfrey having a long discussion, and we ended up somehow on this as to what we were going to do.
You guys were discussing. I was throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But did somebody else already call Highlander?
We did Highlander already. We did a long road to ruin for Highlander.
Yep. Yeah, so this is going to be our contribution to Immortal. And again, I have no idea what we're getting into. I didn't even know how you link the two together, so I have to rely on you again to remind me what how that works.
Okay.
300, that has Immortals in it.
We've done that one as well.
We should have had you there, David. I wish we would have.
Well, this is what happens when you don't consult me. Just because we're in your Canadian office doesn't mean you can't talk to us.
That's right, damn it.
Okay. We've been making great contributions to America for a long, long time. Please tell your government.
So the reason why we're discussing this flop, one, because Jesse was too cheap to do Flash Gordon, which is what I originally pitched.
Oh, okay.
Two, because of the subject of immortality, and I'm just going to read the first paragraph here from the Wikipedia page. Earth and countless other planets were established by families of transhuman, there's that word again, Jesse, and alien royalty for the purpose of later harvesting the resulting organisms to produce a type of youth serum for the elites on other planets. After the death of the matriarch of the house, Abrasax, the most powerful of the alien dynasties, her children, Balaam and Kalik and Titus, quarrel over the inheritance, with Balaam inheriting an enormous refinery on Jupiter and Titus spending his inheritance on a lavish spaceship. So we're talking about, these are characters, having watched the movie earlier today to prep myself for this, we're dealing in a world where they have basically created a fountain of youth. Live for thousands and thousands of years unless you should be murdered or poisoned or something. But essentially, it's like they created like a Lazarus pit. And so
is it full of very supportive convicts?
So basically, we'll watch the movie and we can talk about it. But Mila Kunis is sort of central to all of this. This is sort of a Disney princess meets Star Wars aesthetic, which is why, and I thought this was a very interesting thing. And again, I'm just going to read straight from the page here. I love this. This was my favorite part about doing this movie. Amid the criticism, and boy, did everyone hate this movie, the film picked up an enthusiastic following, particularly among female sci-fi fans who have embraced the film with a general attitude of, this movie is garbage, but damn it, it's our garbage.
Oh.
And Donna Dickens of Hitflix.com noted that many viewers found the film attractive for providing the wish fulfillment of prepubescent girls. There's the Disney princess aspect again.
Yeah, to steal from Daryl Surratt from the Anime World Order podcast, they really should have marketed this towards the YA crowd and not the sci-fi crowd.
Yeah, I think it would have done a lot better.
Special teen.
So this was this was dubiously named for nominated for several Golden Raspberry Awards: Worst Picture, Worst Actor Channing Tatum, Worst Actress Mila Kunis. But Eddie Redmayne of the latest iterings of Harry Potter movies, Wizarding World movies, I should say, actually won for Best Supporting Actor, and boy, is he terrible in this.
Oh, no.
And then Worst Director and Worst Screenplay, the Wachowski sisters were nominated.
Oh,
So we are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Hot diggity dog, Jupiter Ascending. So, Jesse, are you ready? Are you strapped in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. We did Jaws 3 one time, okay? I don't know if this is going to be worse than that or not, but we'll find out.
Jaws 3 is a special kind of terrible. This is an extraordinary terrible.
Spectacular.
All right. 3, 2, 1. I mean, we might not totally sync up, but I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, press play. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, and press play.
All right.
Warner Brothers Pictures, we put out lots of crap in Harry Potter.
I was just talking to somebody about the DC streaming app today and about how it's supposed to be bundled with the Warner Brothers stuff there at some point.
Yes, HBO Max.
HBO Max. Okay, there we go. I was explaining Swamp Thing to him, and it's like, man, this is, boy, I'm only 2 episodes in, and I've decided not to eat any longer or while I watch it.
It gets less gross as it goes along, as they start delving into the mystery of it. But we'll talk about that next week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that's right. It's right around the corner.
All right, we are looking into space, and so
Okay.
we are starting off in sort of we're getting a sort of a pre-story setup here.
All right, so this is jolly old England.
This is somewhere.
I think St. Petersburg is Russia.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you guys have your captions on or not, but
Yep.
Mila Kunis.
Yep.
Mila Kunis is doing narration over some of this, where she basically explains that she's an alien,
An illegal one at that.
and we'll come to find out that.
That was forward thinking. This is before that was like a real hot button issue.
I mean, immigration's kind of always been a thing. How much attention got paid to it, sort of ebbs and flows with the times. But these are Mila Kunis, the character in this, her parents. So we're getting some background here as to where she came from, and she's telling us this story. And then there'll be a sharp contrast as Mike. This really is Cinderella meets Star Wars.
Okay, he's an astronomy nut, so he named his daughter Jupiter.
Poor bastard.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, like, there's worse names, like Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
not only because that's like the name of a character that went mad, it's also like a title. It's like naming your kid Queen or King or Duke, Mister, Doctor,
I know
Tsar.
I know several of those.
Yeah.
Czar. Oh, shit. Well, ISIS showed up now.
There's a raid going on here, I think.
Yeah.
Hey. No telescopes, and he shoots him
No.
right in the gut.
Damn.
Poor bastard.
And one of them telescopes pretty bad. Yeah, he's bleeding. That's what happens when you get shot.
I don't know, Mr. Orange bled for a really, really long time in And he didn't die until he got shot again, until he got shot in the face a few times.
Oh, this is sad.
Sure.
Yeah, guy got shot because he wanted to keep his telescope.
Yeah,
all Disney princesses have a tragic beginning.
True.
Yeah, it's like, no, shoot my wife instead. Just please leave the telescope.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so wow, that was like a trash bag birth. Is that what was going on there?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to say I'm keeping up with the subtitles, but I'm not.
Well, right now they're speaking Russian, so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, like, if you're born at sea, you get like the nationality of whatever ship you're on.
Oh.
So your nationality could be slave ship?
I think that's just a container ship.
And here we see Mila Kunis, who I'm sure took this because she thought this thing was just gonna blow up.
Oh yeah, this is going to be $1 billion baby.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Wachowskis were. This was going to be like a big like sci-fi universe franchise thing.
Right.
She's just mentioned that she's like destined for great things. Special teen.
So yes, she's destined for great things, and then they contrast with the fact that she grows up to become a house cleaner.
Yeah, she's a maid.
Oh, the great eye of Jupiter is ever watchful.
Yes, 3 times the size of Earth.
That's insane.
I know. Apparently, like the wind speeds are like Mach 3. That's pretty wild.
Damn.
I bet that's some great kite flying wind.
It'd be quite the kite.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think when my daughter turns like 12, I'm gonna make her sit and watch this and see if she digs on this. Saying as she grew up with the Disney princesses, and I've exposed her to a little bit of sci-fi fantasy.
Well, some Frank Gehry architecture, very nice.
I think one of the criticisms of this movie was again, some of the acting was not great, and the plot was convoluted. But the movie looked pretty well done. There's some wonky CGI at times, but for the most part, like, I can see why the cast involved in this thought this was going to go places.
Yeah. Yeah, they spent money on this.
Yeah.
well, yeah. I don't know what in the hell is going on. I just know we went from Russia to where we're at now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like another planet that has just been harvested, and these are the rich people harvesting it.
Oh.
I believe these are the siblings that are squabbling over the inheritance.
Yeah.
This dude looks familiar here. The first guy that we saw, I don't know who he is, but he looks familiar. Like, I've seen him in other stuff, I swear.
I think part of the issue with the script writing of this movie is that it suffers from George Lucas disease, where it's mired in like political and economic minutiae.
Politics.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Like, I found myself kind of just my eyes glazing over with a lot of the dialogue amongst the alien folk, kind of, which their attempts to world build. Like, you don't need all that. Just get to the, we need your eggs because they make our Lazarus pit work. Perfect. Don't do any more than that. Later Channing Tatum's going to tell you he's some sort of werewolf soldier. It's fine.
What? Wait a second.
Oh, look, Earth is special. What a surprise.
We're the center of the universe.
And I don't know what the Wachowskis were doing with Eddie Redmayne, but they did him no favors with his acting direction. He's fucking terrible in this. He really is like the worst part of this movie. Mila Kunis is a little flat at times, but if you found her charms alluring on that '70s show, and and her performance as Meg on Family Guy is funny, she's tolerable in this. Eddie Redmayne's easily the worst part. So this is going to be we're going to show a montage of a day in the life of Mila Kunis, housemaid at large.
Oh, she's really let herself go. Oh, wait, that was her mom.
Yeah. A little confusion there.
Yeah.
See, now do you see, Jesse, why I referred to her as Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, she just wants to stay in bed. Come on.
Well, don't we all?
Yes. A fucking alarm going off at 4:45. Negatory.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how awesome your job is, you just don't like getting up in the morning.
No.
I have to get up every morning at 5 to 6 to make sure my kids get off to school. I have nowhere else to go and can't drive.
Except back to bed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, no
problem.
sympathy here, man.
I'm on that CPAP, man. I can't go back to bed with that. I don't want to put the CPAP back on.
Why not?
Because
You have no answer. You have no answer.
Because your mom, that's why.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good enough for me then.
And I believe these are like bounty hunter type folk.
Yeah,
They have
these
been
are like space people.
They have been
Space
sent,
people!
They have been sent to fetch the special.
Skywalker. Oh, Skyjacker.
Yes. Channing Tatum's boots were made for walking and flying.
And
Like we've only been with these guys for like 30 seconds, and I feel like I need a dictionary.
Yeah. Again,
the space speak.
It's like an anime where they like select random English words that are tangentially related to what they do because it sounds exotic. But since we watch it in English, it just sounds weird.
yeah, this needed some adult supervision and a few rewrites.
I'll try something with the audio here.
That's why I had to watch this earlier today, so I had to have some understanding of what it was I was watching instead of how we normally do this, where I'm like, wait, what's going on? I don't understand.
Okay, we got a hover bike with a cloaking device.
You.
Channing Tatum just sniffed paper.
He's a paper sniffer.
Yeah, you guys are like a few seconds ahead of me.
Is he like getting glimpses of?
Well, again,
Like
he's
her
like
writing
he's like
it, I
part,
guess.
He's like part wolf, from what I remember.
Oh,
So he's tracking her, is my understanding.
got it. Glad I have you here, Mark, to walk me through.
Yeah, this kind of seems like a mishmash of everything like the Wachowskis love, which I mean, fair enough, but things don't always work together like that.
So he's kind of like the Terminator. He was sent by another party to protect her from this group of steampunk space assassins.
Yeah, like he's got a big gun and like an energy shield and hover boots.
Like I said, the special effects, the CGI in this looks a little wonky at times. But for the most part, I thought these were pretty cool action sequences. Like, I missed the nonsensical dialogue and the overdone world building. There's some actually pretty cool action sequences.
Nice.
You know, it's funny that this caught on with girls, I think, because of the princess angle, like I said. I'm actually surprised, like, this isn't, like, a secret love of, like, the skateboard folk. Because there's a lot of that aesthetic with what Channing Tatum does with his anti-gravity boots.
Now, is that what they go by? Hey, you skateboard folk down there. Would you like to watch the movie?
I'm 100 years old.
Yes, you are. Congratulations. Oh, here we are, Middle Earth, or wherever the hell this is.
Yeah, the dialogue's a bit awkward, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know they're kind of doing that whole in media res thing where, we have to keep the action up and eventually we'll explain what the heck is going on, but it's more confusing than anything right now.
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle of a lot of underhanded dealings amongst the siblings.
Yeah, like you kind of need it to just be like she starts her day off, then like someone shoots a laser gun at her, then Channing Tatum comes in, come with me if you want to live,
Yes.
and then we kind of go from there.
Yeah, instead of breaking up the action with with the stuff in space. Like let there be kind of an exposition dump, and then maybe overlaying showing you something happening in space rather than the way they're doing it here, which takes you out of the pursuit for Mila Kunis. Like in Terminator, they don't, while Schwarzenegger is pursuing her and Kyle Reese is protecting her, they don't suddenly show a fucking, flash forward to the war against the machines.
Yeah, because like right now we're getting like big spaceship and someone taking a bath. Okay,
yeah,
that is happening. I'm not sure why that is important. I know something with wings and cool ship. Like the art design team had a good time on this one.
Oh yeah,
this looks really cool.
Yeah, it actually this reminds me of like David Lynch's Dune a bit.
That was
just without the fetish gear.
Yeah.
And the giant penis.
They're remaking Dune.
Please get it right. Please get it right. Please get it right. I am on board for that. I like Dune.
Yeah, we'll be reviewing that next year when it comes out, and then doing it on trial on the one from the 80s.
You wouldn't believe this, Mark, but I have like 10 Dune books sitting down here. I got at an auction.
I believe that. I believe you fondled somebody's junk and came away with their Dune books.
Yeah, actually, we should do like a Dune week or something, because you could do like the David Lynch movie and then the sci-fi miniseries, which are actually much more faithful to the book. Just they didn't have the budget. I
think that's sci-fi's like marketing phrase. Sci-fi. We don't have the budget. By the way, Jesse, did you see Krypton got canceled?
I did. I saw you guys share that. That's I ain't even got into this show yet. I don't think you have either. But
no, I got it. I had to get through Lost in Space, Swamp Thing, and this, and so I'll start Krypton and Legion next week.
I always feel like I'm behind on all that CW stuff. Like they'll say such and such show is entering into its 7th season. I'm like, that's still on?
Yeah. You should watch last season of Supergirl if you really enjoy, ham-fisted, hammer-to-the-face shows about illegal immigration.
It was so funny. I saw somebody had shared something about Krypton season 2, and they were like, "This character showed up in the very end of this season, and it was like some big character." And then the next day, it's like, it's canceled.
Oh, she thinks love is a fairy tale that mothers tell their daughters. I wonder if that's going to change by the end of the film.
She's cynical, don't you know?
That being said, that this film is already better written than Star Trek Discovery, and the fact that they actually give their arcs a beginning.
So I'm not ever going to give Star Trek Discovery a chance, but I'm gonna try. I'm just to let you know, David, pencil this in. I'm actually I'm gonna try to get a hold of the Picard series when that's done, and we'll review it.
What in the hell?
The aliens have come for. They think the girl in her linens there. Her skivvies is the special, and she's not, and so
I just imagine one of them saying like, "Geez, guys, we are not breaking any stereotypes here."
So the mom called and it scared the aliens away. Don't really know why though.
Did they got Men in Black flash, didn't they? Like is that what happened? Now they don't remember it.
Yeah, she took a picture of them, and then she immediately got Men in Black.
Okay, all right.
Which sounds like a porno, but stay with me.
Would that be Black and Men?
So
we're talking about Stalin because we're Russian. Get it? Get it? Get it?
Is that what? Okay, Stalin.
Russia, known for two things: Stalin and vodka.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, why aren't they drinking vodka? Let's go all in on this stereotype.
So here's the thing: she's a poor housemaid, and she has no money, but she wants to buy a $4,000 telescope. That's what this scene's all about. I think she's either asking for money, or there's somehow or other she's talking about money and wanting to buy this telescope, and that guy at the head of the table, whoever he is, whether it's stepfather or adoptive father or whatever, is like, no, that's a big waste of money. Yes, it was Jupiter. What is the money for? And then she's like,
I appreciate
"Nah."
that tracksuit guy doesn't actually have like a gold chain. That's actually fairly like nuanced. But he does have the white beater, so I guess
Mark, we
we're
covered
not going all
Hawkeye.
the way.
We covered Hawkeye. Do you remember the Russians in the tracksuits?
Yes. I believe they get you. I believe if you're a Russian, you get your tracksuit on your 18th birthday.
That's right. Your favorite color.
So this is, I think, her cousin who's trying to tell her to like sell her eggs. I don't see this part. I didn't understand because he's trying to encourage her to sell her eggs so that they can get money for him, and then he's like, he'll get 10,000, and she'll only get 5,000, and she raises a good point. She's like, why am I getting less money if they're my eggs? And he's like, exactly, and like runs off scene. Like,
Yeah,
what?
it's like I'm the one doing all the work here, buddy.
I didn't even understand that in the writing of the script. Like, they don't explain why. She's not doing this in a back alley where he could be like, well, I'm the connect. Without me, it doesn't happen. She's going to a fucking clinic.
Yeah, like they really need to be a bit more specific with what he needs the money for, because you don't really want to say like, yeah, I really need the money from you selling your eggs because like it's going to mean big things for me. It's like okay, like is it like he got accepted into like a prestigious college, but he needs the money for like moving or something? That makes sense.
Yeah, she's going to a health facility clinic to sell her eggs. She's not like meeting some dude, with an igloo cooler out in an alley somewhere. Give me your eggs, Goldilocks.
She placed a bid on that telescope, and she ain't even sold her eggs yet.
What's that angly girl in the corner? What's she all upset about?
I'm sure she's like, it's money in the bank, baby.
Oh, shit. You ever have one of those nights where you drank so much and then you look at your phone and you feel like, well, where the fuck this picture come
I
from?
have so many pictures of the bottom of my nuts. What the fuck was I doing?
What was that?
All right, so she thinks that she's having her eggs extracted, but that's not happening here. She's being like strapped down, and they're going to inspect her, see if she's ripe. Wait, no, that's a different movie. That's Robin. That's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. She's ripe.
Man, what kind of gas did you give me?
It's because he lipstick drink.
So they figured out she's the special, and they're like, "All right, we got a job to do." And here comes Wolf Boy. To save the day.
Oh. Hover Boots McGee.
Yeah, they actually don't really seem that practical in this environment, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you're shooting at moving targets, what you want to be able to do is float around endlessly.
Yeah, and it makes you want to get into every corner of the room, including the ones on the ceiling.
And here we are. The soldier is rescuing the damsel in distress.
I mean, if his hair were any longer, it would be like the cover of a Harlequin romance novel. I'm not judging, it's just saying.
Yeah, well, hey.
I'm just glad they gave him pointy ears.
Yeah, you messed that ring up.
Yeah,
It only took like millions of years for that space dust to get caught in that gravitational field like that.
We're just ruining rings now, okay? All right.
I mean, I'm starting to really think that these ships are powered by like sexual acts, because like the first one was like bathing, and then now we have like his like zero gravity orgy. I mean, again, not judging, but
Hey, listen, I've heard all the best orgies are done in zero gravity.
Sure.
Right, Jesse?
That's a comment I make at least twice a month.
On your All About Orgies blog?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so we're going to get an exposition dump here.
well, we kind of needed that.
Yeah. She's going to make a really big deal out of the fact that he dressed her. Like, oh, you saw my naughty bits. He was like, I put clothing on you. There was no need for you to be, out and about in a goddamn hospital gown.
Yeah, you can have no clothing on right now. All right.
Well, if you can't think about your clothes being changed, you could also think about like being murdered by aliens and rescued by like a dog man. Like that might give you something to focus on.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's explaining how he came to know her situation and who sent him after her, etc., etc.
Just lay the gun down. I'm at this point in this movie, and she held his own gun at him. I wonder why he thought it was a good idea to just lay the gun down beside her in the first place.
Well, he said so that she wouldn't. It would make her feel more comfortable.
Oh, okay, got it.
So now, we haven't even gotten past the fact that aliens exist. He's trying to explain that to her, that the math doesn't work. You have an infinitely expanding universe with an infinite number of a nigh infinite number of planets. The probability that there's only one sustaining intelligent life is silly, ridiculous. So he's explaining that at least in the neighboring galaxies, there's this kind of ruling family, and Earth is part of their at least one of their domains.
Okay.
And she's having a hard time with this. Never once asked about his pointy ears, by the way.
Yeah. I'm a Vulcan.
A former Legionnaire, who is Wolfboy, Channing Tatum, was involved.
Yeah.
There are a lot of creatures in this movie. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, what's a Legionnaire? I mean, it sounds military, but
I think to a degree they explained some of that.
yeah, it's just kind of they kind of throw you in at the deep end here.
Yeah.
Hey, emotion.
Jeez, that scared me. He's like, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, check out my ride.
I can make windows into water, and I got hover boots.
Up is hard, down is easy.
Science stuff.
I can't tell you how many girls I've said that to.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you just start talking about differential equations, and boom, done.
And we're getting ready for a second or third action set piece of the evening of the movie. A long movie, man. It's like over 2 hours long, I think.
You will believe a man can fly.
Well, now Jupiter is ascending, so...
Nay! Look at that.
There's a lot of that in this movie.
How many times can we have Jupiter ascending and Jupiter ascending?
Ooh, let's start a count.
Yep. And their nice elevator ride is interrupted by aliens.
Yeah.
Because
That's right, guys. We've got a blue light going into the sky, and it's not the climax of our movie.
Yes. I'm sure that was a discussion. Like, we need a blue light in the sky, but don't put it at the end because that's cliche.
Now that is how you subvert expectations. the blue light in the sky thing, not the ship blowing up.
Is he like skating on air in order to go down? It looked like he was moving.
Well, they're anti-gravity boots, so they just
okay.
make gravity. So yeah.
All right. I thought falling he deft. Okay.
See, okay, this is where I started having problems with the CGI. This doesn't look great. I mean, it was a nice idea, and it was some of this looks pretty cool, but overall, this is where you can tell the CGI was off, and it needed to be maybe rendered once or twice, one or two more times.
We've spent a lot more time on Earth than I thought we was going to get in this movie.
Oh, just you wait.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard that it took them months to film this scene because they had to film at like daylight, which is only like a few minutes each day.
Oh.
Where did they film this? Alaska?
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay. I have questions.
Just one?
So like they could only, holy shit.
That was a cool looking little fighter craft
I
thing.
can't imagine this was done on set. Like this, I mean, this was done on location. This had to have been done with a green screen and some wire work.
Yeah, but I think there's probably some helicopter shots too. But yeah, I don't know how much of this is wire work. I'm actually just kind of wondering, like, how those boots can, like, fly up in the sky, and then they can also, like, know how to just skim over things and transition between the two. I know we're not supposed to be asking those questions, but still.
Stop ruining the experience.
Look, I'm sorry for going a little Winfrey on you guys here, but love you, Robert.
I was about to ask if we were going to get a Marty McFly moment, and we did.
Hey, you guys keep going. I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
Yeah, just go on like I'm not even here. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Why don't you leave?
Okay, and now the boots can stick to things. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Now, what is he on? Is this his ship, or is this one of
No,
theirs?
I think it's one of the enemy ships, like a fighter thing. I gotta admit, the like floating control surfaces is kind of neat. How the wings just kind of are all sections that freely move around.
Yeah, they're not, like, connected.
Yeah, it's a neat idea. And oh, look, it's kind of refigured into like a fast mode. I like spaceships, okay? Don't judge me.
It's the Batwing.
Yeah. This is like the Batman Beyond Batwing sort of thing.
Oh, just light up that lake, wherever, whatever it is.
I'm sure no one's going to notice all this happening.
Yeah, that was it. A subway earlier, or a subway? Looked like a train or something got destroyed. Yeah, I had no desire to jump into this movie at any point, and I mean, right now I don't think it's horrible.
No, I mean, this is a decent chase action scene. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's, I can't complain. It's well shot. I can follow what's going on.
These buildings are getting lit up too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, compared to, like, Man of Steel, like, no one's noticing this.
Godzilla's going to pop out behind one of those buildings here in just a second.
Oh, that would be awesome.
98 style.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the whole Man of Steel, like you've destroyed the whole city thing, because they're going to address that shortly after this.
Oh, that's good. A lot of landmarks taking a dive on here.
Yeah.
They will address all the things, and it'll be just fine.
Oh, the grays are kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it's the teeth.
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. The teeth that's what's freaking me out. Jeez. This is a hell of a combat scene.
And thankfully, it's fucking over. It goes on a
good.
little
No one's
too
going to
long.
notice that.
Yeah.
A little, but it's. I think it was pretty good. Maybe a tad too much, but. Oh, yeah.
I got to get that joke in.
Yeah.
Road trip. And we get more exposition here. I talk about the Abraxas. I think that's how you pronounce it, family. Here, watch this. They can't just those buildings will be rebuilt by tonight. That's impossible. Take a look. She sees the buildings being repaired.
Sure we can. We're aliens.
But a bunch of people saw what happened. They can't cover that up. Au contraire, you remember you took a picture and you don't remember taking it? Yeah. They blanked you. Short-term stuff is easy. They won't get everybody, but no one ever believes the ones that slip through the cracks. Thanks, Wachowskis.
Yeah.
There, they finally explained it all.
It's a conspiracy.
Personally, I think Jeff Foxworthy had the best explanation. It's like, rednecks like shiny objects, beer cans, fishing lures, boats. Actually, when you think about it, most UFOs are seen, by rednecks holding beer cans and using fishing lures.
And now he's going to explain to her that she's the special.
Yeah.
I hate when they do the flashback thing like minutes after the scene concluded.
Yeah.
Does he have like a 9 Inch Nails logo tattooed on his neck there?
Probably not.
Why are we showing this again? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like, wait a second.
It's a transition. I just wish there was still sound in the background. You just hear him like.
Yeah. Don't hit pause. Just let it go in super slow mo.
Or they overshoot. Like, no, rewind. No, forward a bit. No, just wait. No, stop. Zoom in. How does this thing work again?
When will then be now? Soon.
You mean now? Now is now. No, now is then. When is now? Now.
When will then be now? Soon. Sir, we have them on the moon of Vega. Woohoo! Where? Eddie Redmayne. It's amazing he got the part that he did in those Harry Potter, those Wizarding World movies. I can't stop myself saying Harry Potter when I know that's not correct. Those Wizarding World movies, when he was so bad in this.
I guess he did a lot better in his audition for Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, well, considering all he had to do in that one was fucking mumble.
But I mean, but think about the Star Wars prequels and how many bad performances we got in that, and you look that up to who was actually in them.
Right. Well, now I think has Natalie Portman ever won an Oscar? I know she's been in a couple
nominated
of movies.
at least.
Yeah, I know she's been in some movies that were nominated for Best Picture.
Did she win for Black Swan? She might have won for Black Swan.
That's the one I was definitely thinking of. So these two are getting to know you. By the way, this is going to develop into the most ham-fisted, forced relationship I've ever seen.
No.
Spoilers. All right, Jesse. This is where we get our Sean Bean entrance into the picture.
He's in this movie?
Oh, wait till you see what happens.
Oh boy!
In this next scene. He's a marshal for the Aegis, whatever. I
think Aegis.
Cops. Mm-hmm. So Sean Bean is a Green Lantern. He's a space cop.
Nice.
Now I see the tattoo you're talking about. No, that's not 9 Inch Nails, goddammit.
You'll see it from here on out. I've already seen it 3 times. I'm like, are you sure? Fucking bees, man.
Yeah, not the bees.
Boom.
I like bees and they call me Stinger. Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
What are you doing all the way out here? None of your beeswax.
I'll be seeing you.
I'll be back.
You know what I think of you? You're the bee's knees.
Why are they fighting?
I think the story with these two is that Channing Tatum got Sean Bean kicked out of the cops.
Well, you might notice that this movie tends to like to show you things and then explain them later.
Yeah.
Like the film's almost filmed in reverse, I think.
Hey, look, it's Space Memento.
Wonderful.
Nope. You've never seen Memento, have you, Jesse?
Oh, I've seen Memento. I have seen Memento.
Oh, okay. Laugh at my stupid jokes, then.
People just hanging out here with all the bees.
I like my coffee like I like my women. Covered in bees!
Okay.
Oh my god, this is so great. You gotta read the dialogue for this next bit with the bees that are surrounding her. So the bees
Get away from me! I'm not a flower!
So the bees are swarming around her, but none of them are stinging her or anything. They're just kind of enveloping her. And she thinks this is a magical
If
moment.
she can... Yeah, I mean, what she needs to do is pull off a bee beard right about now.
What are you doing, Quagmire? This is what I call bee bush.
Oh, she who controls the bees.
And she's being
Yes.
now she's being called Your Majesty, and she's going to find out
special.
that she's the special. All right, let's have a look at you. That's what Sean Bean says.
Sean Bean, a fan of Nine Inch Nails as well.
Oh my God, Jesse!
Oh, it's happening the whole rest of the movie. Just be ready. I hope we get more.
I don't need this shirt anymore.
Of course not. It's like, that's where they took my wings.
Yes, apparently he had wings like Angel. And Apocalypse.
Check.
And Apocalypse hasn't given him new wings yet.
That's a comic book joke.
To steal like another joke, it's like your original character do not steal.
Sharing has never been the strong suit of your species, Your Majesty. Yep, humans stink.
Yeah, come on.
You've never been stung by a bee, have you? Bees are genetically designed to recognize royalty.
Do they provide us with an explanation as to why the bees are dying off? I was hoping that they shoehorn that one in here. No?
Guys, I have an announcement to make. I have never been stung by a bee in my life.
Whoa,
Oh,
really?
I am royalty.
Stop bragging, Your Majesty.
I'm bowing down right now.
That's right. Thanks. You will be spared.
Thank you.
No, I get stung by
I'm starting to think of like that Monty Python constitutional parents bit. Being stung by bees is no reasonable basis to develop a political system.
No, I got stung by a wasp once. Does that make me something? Do I get to be like, dog
Makes you
catcher?
stung.
It makes me stung, yeah.
No, wasps are just dicks.
That's right, they are. Last time I got stung, I made the stupidest mistake of my entire life by intentionally poking a hornet's nest with a 12-foot pole, thinking that I had plenty of time to run. I did not have plenty of time to run.
No, if you're going to poke a hornet's nest, you better have, like, spray in hand or one of those electric tennis rackets.
Dude, I didn't even see it. That's what was bad. I mean, all
Okay,
of a sudden,
sorry. Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna
Apparently,
go ahead.
yeah. Apparently, like Jupiter has to sell her eggs for them to get by. Yet they have a Roomba.
No, here's the deal with it. He bought the money before he bought the money. He bought the TV and the Roomba and all in the game system and everything before he got the money.
Of course.
He's gonna
Seriously,
make
you're putting the future of your family on this guy's shoulders.
And this dude stands
so
up and
cliche.
he's got like
Yeah.
popcorn kernels and stuff in his pants.
Well, where else you gonna put him?
Yeah. Good point.
How else are you gonna pop him? It's a waste.
They call it crotch corn. That's a Russian specialty.
So not only did he spend the money, he spent it on stupid stuff.
So they can't get off the planet because it's being monitored by aliens, and they'll get shot down. That's where we are right now.
That sucks.
They are basically saying they're going to have to make a stand where they are right now because they know that they can't leave, and they know that another wave is coming for them.
That house has to be like the absolute messiest house in the entire world to stay in. Bees all over the place, honey dripping down the walls.
So you're going to get. I thought we were going to get there some exposition. Yeah, okay. So they just explained that he's like a something or other. He had the luck to be 1.5.
Ooh, he's complicated.
Albino. He was the runt.
He's also apparently John Wick.
So he's like half wolf, half albino.
But he's also the puppy that the mommy didn't like, and isn't it just so adorable? And he's got wings.
So get it, Jesse?
And abs.
So get it, Jesse? He's the lone wolf.
Oh, wow.
Since wolves normally hunt in packs, but he was somehow excommunicated from the pack, so now he's the lone wolf.
And he's broken. I wonder if there's anyone who could fix him.
So I like how the rich are called the entitled. Message.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, some rich people actually do get there by like being smart and clever and like figuring out how to be rich.
Yeah. They've kind of worked for it.
And there's also the like colossal screw ups that just get the money given to them. I'm not mentioning any names.
Doesn't your mayor snort cocaine?
That would be the Toronto mayor.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. The mayor I had was like in Calgary, like, you know, redneck city, Canada, and he's an openly gay Muslim, so figure that one out.
Terrific.
Wait a second. The times they are changing.
Yeah. So Calgary, like the capital of like the redneck state, has an openly gay Muslim as their mayor, and then Toronto, the center of like progressive, uber woke, is like a fat, rich white guy that smokes cocaine off of hookers.
That's 4 more years for that guy.
Yeah. His like major campaign promise was like a beer would cost like $1 a can.
Well, no wonder he got elected. I wonder what Sean Bean thought of having to act opposite Mila Kunis. Like, was he thinking the entire time, this bitch can't act? A little over 1 billion years ago, your planet was discovered during what is commonly called the Great Expansion. At the time, Earth was inhabited by a branch species of Sarsupians, a dangerous human predator called the Sargon. Obviously, before any colonization or resource development could be done safely to your planet, a large-scale extinction event was manufactured. And she goes, "You're talking about dinosaurs." Yes.
Yeah. Like, couldn't you just explain that?
Yeah.
Your people killed the dinosaurs? Technically, your people. They're your people, Majesty. All right, and here come more soldiers, mercenaries, to come murk this girl. They are running up on the house. And there's Hoverbike Girl.
It's like, hey, Larry, like, maybe we should like get some like disguises that make us look more like people here. I mean, like, you know, we just have guns. Like, that's the only thing that we have that makes us different here.
The goal was to grow a population as large as possible. Once the population exceeds the planet's ability to sustain it, it's considered ripe for harvest. So you see where this is going?
Okay, so yeah, I'm following now. Overpopulation.
And then they can come in and take the eggs from the people to put in their Lazarus pit, is the way I understood it.
So when we say eggs, we're talking like the eggs I'm thinking of, female eggs, or what's
yes.
it? Okay.
This movie's all about making scrambled eggs for your
Are the bees?
Miami.
Are the bees a line of defense by chance?
I don't know what the deal with the bees are, other than to really stupidly explain that she's royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the world isn't so bad. It's just their way of explaining it is just so ham-fisted and awkward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's attention to like some degree of detail that isn't really necessary. And
again, it's like they built this big universe up, and they're just trying to cram it all in there.
Yeah.
He just fucking yelled beeswax.
So yes, I would say the bees are a line of defense. They just attack the mercenaries. This is very Phantom Menace-ish.
It's a pretty cool sonic cannon or whatever the hell that is.
Mila Kunis running through the cornfields.
Like, all you have to say is you're the genetic reincarnation of, like, the queen of the universe, and your descendants don't want to give you power, so they've sent a bunch of people here to kill you.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what the audience needs to know at this time.
Right. I'm actually wondering how much of this was supposed to be done out in space.
And that's how crop circles happen.
Beat me to it.
I'm wondering how much of this was supposed to be in space, and like for budgetary reasons, they were like, "All right, we'll just put it on Earth and have them fucking have
It's
a
in a
fight
cornfield.
have a fight in a cornfield with a bunch of fucking losers from Burning Man."
Yeah, and didn't they like steal that alien design from like The Arrival or something, where like they have the reversed knees?
Well, I remember that movie. That was a good one.
Oh,
so these guys are good. Okay, so these guys are good guys, right?
The ones that are
the
taking
bad guys.
her?
Well, Sonic Cannon guy just got laid out by. Or was Sonic Cannon guy a bad guy too?
Yeah, I think there was just a double cross. I assume.
Yeah, the plot. That's where the plot, like I said, gets a little bit muddled for me. I started to lose track of what was happening. But
So should we take off now, or just let them keep running at our ship?
We got to let him at least latch on.
Apparently, he's like so heavy we can't lift off here, even though we have like a massive spaceship, and he's like less than 200 pounds.
Oh,
Hey, crop circle.
There's a fucking cross.
in all honesty, the first time I watched this, I didn't realize that he got brought in by like the landing wheels. So I thought he was hanging on the spaceship and it went to warp.
Oh. Stout dude.
To be fair, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they just have magic space technology that lets you be like
you can
not
be
in a
outside.
spacesuit, like a Guardians of the Galaxy spacesuit sort of thing.
There you go.
So now they're talking about harvesting humans.
Ow.
Yikes.
I will harvest that planet tomorrow, because I'm the bad guy and won't listen to reason.
Mr. Night Shyamalan.
You know, I don't think this guy would ever like destroy Earth, because where's he going to get his emo metal from?
We are going to be reviewing a band on the Metal Hammer of Doom called Rings of Saturn, so maybe maybe I could draw a parallel there somehow.
I would prefer if you didn't.
Okay. Fuck you and the fucking gravity boots you rode in on then, Mark.
She's testing the product. Where is Her Majesty? Once again, she ends up in a new in a princess dress.
Is Biker Girl Mantis from?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna look.
We wish only to attend to your needs. Where am I? This is Alcazar, the city of Kalik, second primary of the House of Abrasisks.
Say it again.
All right.
She's like, seriously, am I ever going to get to change my own clothes from here on out?
So this is
exactly a fancy way of saying my home. Why do you always have to use a fancy way?
So, I believe the lady that plays our biker is named Bae Duna.
Not okay. So it's not what's her face from Guardians.
She is known for. I'm trying to find her IMDb.
In our world, genes have an almost spiritual significance.
Genes?
Yes. They are the seeds of immortality. the exact same genes reappear in the exact same order. It is for us what you would call a reincarnation. But how could I be a reincarnation of your mother unless your mother was from Earth? My mother was born before your first cities were built.
You want to know what other spectacular movie that Baydun has been in?
Masters of the Universe.
Cloud Atlas.
Terrific.
That makes sense.
So she's about to explain that she's like a zillion.
Oh, they're
years old.
vampires too.
Oh, jeez.
They're just like hitting every branch on the tree down, aren't
Every
they?
single one.
So like if your mom was still alive and then like Jupiter was born, like would you have two queens then? Because as near as I can tell, this is like random genetic chance that she just had this exact same genetic code.
That's a good question.
It's not by chance. Use the special.
Now that would have been like a cool movie where it's like her as like the evil queen trying to kill her. So I guess it would kind of be like Snow White, but
I'm sensing a motif, a theme.
yes.
Yep. Pick your Disney animated film and wrap it. into
Okay,
this.
take the thing I said about there not being any bondage gear in this film.
It's the army of luchadors.
Thought that should be kind of cool.
All right. And here's our
Would.
and here we're gonna have our gratuitous ass shot.
All right then.
So there's the Lazarus Pit. For those of you who don't read Batman comics, it's the Fountain of Youth.
I always found it so strange how when we did like The Dark Knight Rises and Bane's all about I was born into darkness, the most harsh environment in the world, and then Bruce Wayne gets to the Lazarus Pit and like everyone's just like super nice, like yeah, we'll fix your broken back, and hey, we've got Cable, and oh, you want to escape? Well, we're just all gonna stand down here and cheer you on while you do that.
This is everything but offer him fucking Dole Whip and mouse ears.
And for like a place that was called like Born into Darkness, I swear that was the most well lit set in the entire film.
All right, so we're getting an exposition dump here about like harvesting and like why they've been able to live for zillions of years and all of that. Earth is part of a very small part of a very large industry. In a world where people are used for fighting where they're used to fighting for resources, oils, minerals, etc. When you have access to the vastness of space, you realize there's only one resource worth fighting over, and even killing for, and that's time.
Cue the Pink Floyd.
Is this just me, or she does not look that significantly older or younger than when she started?
Yeah, I think the Raxus just stripped off the like prosthetics.
Mm. Fucking Captain America over here.
Okay, you'd think with all the technology they would have a much better alarm system.
My mother wrote her future self into her will. Right now,
Awesome.
Balaam owns
How
the title to
selfish.
Earth. But once you claim it, the Earth will belong to you. Mila Kunis asks a stupid question. In this world, people own things far more valuable than planets. You can choose to remain young and beautiful. Yeah, how is this not written for women? What guy cares about that?
I wouldn't mind staying like young longer.
You want to be young and beautiful, David?
Well, I was thinking more handsome, but I'll settle for beautiful.
Oh, someone let the dog in.
That was a good one, Mark.
See. How is this movie not just, top of the Skater Boys lists?
He was a skater boy.
Said, "See you later, boy."
That is impressive. We are like what 58 minutes into this film, and this is the first time making the skater boy joke.
We
Pat
had
on the back all around.
Dude, 1 hour has passed pretty quickly for me. I thought this movie would drag. I'm glad. I think it just being able to crap all over it has helped.
So she's giving this dude a hug. She met him for all of like 20 minutes.
Oh, remember?
Oh, finally a
Beauty and the
spaceship that
Beast.
looks like a spaceship. Clothes that look practical.
I love the fact that she's like, "Can I please dress myself and be awake while doing it?" Certainly. Yeah. Oh, this poor lizard guy's about to buy it.
Oh, gee, spoilers.
Have mercy, my lord.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm the villain.
That is one hell of a devious device. Just like fucking saw blades, tiny little saw blades and drill bits.
Yeah, it's like this thing actually doesn't work that well, but it looks really scary.
Be a big swerve, and right when it reaches him, it just actually ends up tickling him to death.
Yeah. I mean, it's a stereotypical bad guy thing where he like kills a minion for no really good reason, just to show how evil they are.
Yeah.
No,
It's like the things I'd do if I were an evil overlord. I will not kill my trusted lieutenant just because he brings me bad news. I will listen to him seriously. After all, he is my trusted lieutenant.
That's right.
You should say to him, "You are my number one, a guy."
Number one. So now, are we getting into a plot where she is going to try and stop them from harvesting Earth? Is that what she's going to do? Is that where we're at?
No, they want her. Without having to reading the plot summary, I
believe she's going on her way to do paperwork.
Yeah, there's literally like the next couple of scenes is all like her ascension to her position of power requires basically a trip to the DMV.
Oh, nice.
But it's a space DMV, which makes it better.
I thought you hadn't seen this before.
He might be following along.
Yeah.
I can't read and talk to you guys at the same time, so that's about it.
Like way back, I think I read like a review that basically outlined the entire plot because that's a lot easier than actually like writing reviews.
Yeah.
Just write a plot summary and make jokes.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It's like what we're doing now, except we're not getting paid for this.
So this is the best line in the entire movie. "I have more in common with a dog than you," and she goes, "I love dogs."
Yes. That's probably why they put it in the trailer.
How do you answer that one, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, yeah, he's like basically like what you would want, like a teddy bear connected to a jackhammer.
She regrets that.
Oh, movies for girls. A princess and her pet. Beauty and the Beast.
I really wish when she said "I love dogs," he would have looked at her and said "I love 9 Inch Nails," and then turned and you saw the tattoo. What do you think of that, Mark?
I feel like you're just instigating fights now. You're being a bully. I would have preferred to be like, "I love dogs," and he just licks her face incessantly.
Just been waiting for a new master.
Hey, you and me as pals, ain't we, Mila?
right.
Yeah, they did not hold back on this film.
No, that.
I'm an intergalactic advocate. Because this is what you want to see in your sci-fi, by the way.
Yeah, please.
Yep, here we go. I think this is about where the movie lost me. During the first run.
Oh, no. Oh, this shit reminds me of, like,
Yeah, you're telling me the civilization has been around for like over 100,000 years, and they still haven't figured out a way to get around queuing.
Oh, wow. What is the name of the movie with Simon? Is it Simon? No, it's not Simon Pegg. Crap. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes, where they're at the Vogon office, which was never in the book.
Which, again, is a parody. You know, it's meant to be comedic. What is the point of any of this? She's going to ascend. If I'm editing this movie, I cut out this entire sequence. This is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a comedy scene.
It really drags the movie down. This is Luke in the cave on Dagobah for me. It's just like, wait, what? What's happening? Why is this necessary? So if he's the advocate, you would think like he would know already how to skip all this monkey business and get right to the point.
Exactly.
Since it's going to end in a bribe anyway.
He's wearing some cool headphones, though. He's badass. What are those beats?
You know, very similar. His Bose headset there, very similar to a costume design in Flash Gordon.
Oh, really? I've never seen that show.
It's a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You should watch it.
I hear they have a great soundtrack, too, don't they?
Yes.
Sing it for me. He'll save every one of us.
Stand for every one of us.
I think the headphones joke was the best one I made tonight.
Great.
They look at the baseball card here. Mickey Mantle.
Look like a stamp.
400 credits.
It looked like a stamp to me.
Is that Terry Gilliam?
Brewster doesn't understand the rules of the game. Yes, he does. He's mailed the stamp. It's a line from Brewster's Millions, Jesse. You ever see it?
Brewster's Millions?
You've never seen Brewster's Millions?
Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Well, it's been a while, Mark.
You've never seen Brewster's Millions?
I said it's been a while. That would include, or that would infer that I've watched it. Probably been 30 years, but I've watched it.
I watch that movie periodically. It's one of my favorites.
There are very few movies that I go back and revisit. Jupiter Ascending will not be one of them.
This is why you don't get any of the references.
Like, I think I read like this was sort of like a homage to Brazil.
That's
like all the,
but that's
nor have I. But
who directed that movie?
Terry Gilliam.
I've never seen Brazil. It's on the list though.
She's got a space tattoo.
Sweet. Does it glow in black light?
Yeah, and I think it like moves and stuff, and like is like a little hologram thing.
Neato.
I like the fact that like she's going through all this so she can claim her fortune and her title, and the guy's like, "My deepest condolences," and she's only a little quizzical. You are now an entitled.
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
They are really beating around the bush here.
You mean my life's going to change that I was a maid scrubbing toilets and now I am queen of the frickin' universe? How much more can my life change at this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This scene is interminable.
Yeah, this is like the slowest part of the film.
Yeah, like I said,
So far.
This is about where I think I changed TVs. I just went and laid down, and I was like in and out of the movie after this.
Yeah, this is like, if anyone has to go to the washroom, now's the time.
Does any part of you want to bite me? This is some of the worst dialogue.
This is making me miss Eddie Redmayne.
That's bad.
At least he felt like he was having fun.
Here's some scenery to chew, Eddie. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, he's got nothing on Jeremy Irons, but hey, you know, you do what you can do. It's like, play it cool, man. Play it cool. She's almost there.
Oh, and he backs off. So Singer thinks that if they help her, being queen of the universe, they can go back into the army. And here we have a double cross. Or are we up to triple crosses at this point? I can't even keep track.
Oh, no.
Curse you and your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
All right.
Seriously, you could have pulled the trigger.
Yep.
I want to believe that woman got those like ridiculously big ears just so she could put more piercings in them.
Well, this is an elite ship right here. I mean,
yeah, I kind of like that combination of like ship with an architecture with like sort of all the like art of Empire.
Yeah, it's freaking gold. I mean,
yeah.
Usually it's like steel gray or some shit.
It's like, and we're even going to use like the levitation light thing here just because, like, why not? Even though we could just use like a docking ring.
So now she's been delivered to Titus.
Yeah. So Jupiter was descending.
Yeah.
Hit rewind for a second.
Yeah.
So she's so you got to see what's happening here. She's suddenly coherent in all of universal law, which she's now quoting to Titus. I can file a tax grievance against you.
Oh, that's just fun. That is some heady dialogue right there.
I mean, like, I don't need to see the scene of her reading like all the manuals and books and everything, but like, when did this happen? How long did it take for that ship?
That
to
come
travel?
with her space tattoo? Is that what happened? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
I mean, you would think like, you know, they would have like the technology to just like, you know, connect your brain to the computer and just upload the data.
That sounds like a very familiar scene from another Wachowski movie.
Yes. But enough about Speed Racer.
I have not seen, but I've heard that's actually pretty good.
I actually like it. Once you kind of get into get past the whole live action cartoon aesthetic, it's not bad. It sure is a Speed Racer movie, though.
Is it?
Yeah, for all the good and bad it entails.
So Channing Tatum has been captured. Oh, and we've got another costume change for Mila Kunis, who is not being detained. They made that very clear. He's saying he's not her enemy.
I'm not your enemy. Ah, yeah, believe him.
This is like high-end clubwear.
Well, the whole thing
Welcome
here is
to the rave ship.
She was like, take me home. He was like, I'll take you home, no problem. But first I gotta, I want to eat dinner and try to, manipulate or seduce you, whichever comes first.
Have you tried the anti-grav orgies?
So, like, I take you home to and introduce you to my mom, but you're kind of her. For what I remember reading, like that joke is not far off. Oedipus got nothing on this guy.
So Channing Tatum just tried to escape with his gravity boots, which they did not take from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew so much about you because I was very close to my mother. know more about
Apparently
you
not
than-
as close as you would have liked.
I know more about you than you know about yourself. Typical guy. Thinks he knows everything
Yep.
about the girl.
So, okay. Do you recognize this dude, Mark?
He was in a Twilight movie.
He was in The Dirt.
Oh, that's right.
Who did he play, though? I can't remember. Was he Mick Mars?
I'd have to look.
I'm looking.
Okay.
Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more.
What?
You said it isn't love.
No,
Sorry, I'm like 5 seconds behind you guys. So
Nikki Sixx. Holy shit, he was Nikki Sixx.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, he wasn't Mick Mars. He definitely wasn't Tommy Lee, and I couldn't think of the guy's name. But yes, Nikki Sixx makes sense.
Yep.
I would say doing The Dirt after this movie was a step up.
I agree. I'll watch that again. I'll tell you.
Lots of boobies. What is that? It has many names: Region X, Resell, and Nectar. These are
Nectar?
various levels of usefulness.
Call
but
it the
this
scissor.
is this most pure, made by the House of Abraxas. Khalid came. God, naturally, my sister didn't explain what it is or where it comes from. It comes from people. Each unit is refined from approximately 100 human beings.
Axe body spray.
Your planet is a farm, Jupiter. There are thousands of planets like yours, set up by families like mine, and an ever-increasing demand all the time.
I mean, this is all great and all, but like, does it get stubborn grass stains out of pants?
Can you use it as a Sunday topper?
I can just imagine, like, wait, this is made out of people? It's like, yeah, but it gets grass stains out. It's like, but you're a monster. And then, like, the cleaner's like, no, he has a point. Ow! Oh, man.
That's cool.
How many people were in that bottle?
100.
Like that's the thing that would piss me off more than anything else is like if you're gonna harvest me and turn me into like a product, at least use the product.
Yeah. Now look at the mess you made.
You know,
So,
if
wait.
you're gonna kill me and eat me, at least cook me nice and make sure I taste good before the toxins in my body enter your bloodstream. That's right. I want to be tasty and toxic.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Old Butterfingers Kunis here.
He wants to marry his reincarnated mother.
And apparently that would make her his heir. It's like, what's the point of being queen of the universe if you're like not at the top of the totem pole?
Is that a ring or what the hell is that? Meth?
Yeah, for beings that have like all the time in the universe, they really seem to rush things.
Yeah. The problem is this movie doesn't feel rushed.
Yeah.
At least we're not. This could have been an hour and a half. Please.
It's like, hi, I'm the son of your past life. By the way, I'm this way because like we harvest people and turn them into like de-aging cream. Will you marry me?
Oh, okay. Dude in the background with the ball gags kind of freaking me out there.
Yeah. Hey, no kink shaming.
I'm sorry. Just don't walk around with that in your mouth during your, doing your job.
I know. Considering how weird like all the stuff in this place is, like you know what, I can get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them in their like gimp masks. You know, like it's probably just like fashion.
Yeah. Might as well be.
I remember watching the second Matrix movie, and there were several scenes of extended dialogue that dealt with like philosophy, and I think the most famous one is the Merovingian talking about the philosophy of choice. And as I'm reading this dialogue, you guys are yucking it up. I'm actually reading the dialogue in this scene, and I just want to strangle the Wachowski sisters because neither one of them know how to edit dialogue. Like,
just cut some shit out.
Yeah. Up, and there goes paying out the fucking airlock.
Oh, snap.
Yep. Well.
Like, it takes so much longer in each one of these dialogue exchanges to get anywhere in a scene, and they drag out some of the exposition for so long that I'm losing track of what's going on.
Like, he does that long thing about the moral justification. Man, those boots do everything.
I know, dude.
Yeah, like the moral justification for lying and stuff. Couldn't he just say, like, well, I lied to her because I want to, like, marry her so I can be rich and, like, rule the universe? Done.
Has this dude's eyeballs popped yet?
No, he was able to survive in space for a while.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he needs a spacesuit to survive in space.
Yeah.
All right.
And the ship warped away.
Yeah.
So he's been left out in the vastness of space with 40 minutes of air. We're back with the Russian family. I don't know why.
Apparently the suit doesn't realize he's already in space.
Why are we back with this family again?
Do we have to resolve this plot with this jerk? Oh.
Yes. You don't treat your cousin like chicken.
Chicken. Beat him with that pillow. Beat him.
Now, why are the aliens back here?
Mark, you've watched this movie before. I don't know why the hell you're asking us. Oh, well, apparently they're back for dinner.
Yeah. Maybe the food is that good.
What is this about?
I'm guessing, like, they want to take them as hostages or something.
Okay.
Be gentle with this one. Alright, so Channing Tatum has run out of air.
They're kind of like a combination of, like, Jurassic Park and, like, the Goombas from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
With a little bit of Skeksis from the Dark Crystal.
Maybe.
Oh, remember all those times you guys shared? Oh, it's keeping you alive.
It's just a contract in order to... Like, how romantic. Don't think of it like a wedding. It's just a contract.
She really should have spent more time, like, consolidating her own power base before entering into, like, arranged marriage.
Yeah.
And what's the point of being Queen of the Universe if you don't get to be Queen of the Universe?
Except that the other day she was scrubbing toilets.
Yeah.
Then
exactly. She needs a bit of a transition period.
Yeah. God, what if Alice in Wonderland was written by Kevin Smith, this feels like? Just long stretches of dialogue.
Yeah, but there's no marijuana references yet.
You need to read his run on Daredevil.
Yeah, it's like, man, this is a really long and boring movie, but hey, there's a scene where they talk about Star Wars, and that's a thing I know, that this is great art. And it's filmed in black and white. Okay, I'm being a little harsh on Clerks.
Clerks,
not that much.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about Salsa Shark.
The fuck is Salsa Shark?
It's like in Clerks, they're like, Randall, he's like, or is it Dante? I think it's Randall, he's the idiot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like got like a tortilla chip and like a jar of salsa, and he's like putting it in the salsa so it looks like the fin of a shark, and he's singing like the Jaws theme, so it's like Salsa Shark.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't say it was smart. It's
been a while. It's been a while since I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
A long time.
You've never seen Clerks?
Oh, shut up, Mark.
Look, we just got him through Holy Grail. Like, let's not dilute like the comedy pool here. You know, like you need to move on to like the Blues Brothers or like Hot Fuzz. You know, get them started on like the real classics.
The old Cornetto trilogy, is that what they called it?
Yeah.
We did a long road to ruin on that.
I haven't watched Hot Fuzz.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah, I've watched the other two.
Yeah.
But not Hot Fuzz yet.
I would rank that as one of the best comedy movies ever made, ever. It is just incredibly brilliant and makes most other comedies just look like hackneyed in comparison.
The guys that did Back to the Future Minute got done doing Back to the Future 3, and then their next venture was the Cornetto trilogy. So they were doing the Cornetto Minute or whatever the hell they were calling. So I almost listened to it, but I need to watch Hot Fuzz first. Hey, it's snowing.
You know, like it's the pacing is so fast in this thing that you don't really get a chance to really appreciate like the architecture. Like look at that, you know, cathedral thing where she's getting married. That is like an amazing set.
We have a mech coming in here. Is that what's going on?
That's the weird thing. Like, instead of giving you an opportunity, like panning shots, to really appreciate the sets and everything with this, the movie is mostly taken up with long stretches of retarded dialogue.
Well, that's a ship. Is that a ship or is that a?
I think it's a giant robot.
Okay.
Which is awesome. I'm not against giant robots.
Oh.
I like this idea that she rode like the Silver Surfer surfboard down to her wedding.
But yeah, like this is just like cool stuff, but it lacks gravitas. You know, like there's no sense of grandeur to this. It's just we're getting married in a spaceship. She's on a hovery thing.
Because in space, goes with space and futuristic technology. Nobody walks. Everybody floats.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, it's like an episode of Thunderbirds.
Release the ball bearings.
Woohoo!
Wait a second.
I'm getting like a bit of a Legend of the Galactic Heroes vibe from all this.
Is that a?
It's an anime, but it's kind of like about big space empires fighting with each other.
Okay.
So they, when I took my kids to go see Angry Birds 2 tonight, they ran a trailer for some anime, and my son looks at me and he goes, "That looks like Pokemon."
I'm not sure what they've been running the trailer for. Huh.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Oh gosh, it was a Fathom event, so I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, they usually have some select stuff at those things, right?
That and anime sucks.
Oh, wow, wait a second. Jeez, read the room, Mark.
No.
I'm not 100% against you on that one. There's a lot of really bad anime out there. But like when it's good, it's good. But yeah, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, it's kind of like Star Wars, except like the rebellion is like on equal footing with the Empire, and they're both kind of like no one side is wholly good or wholly bad, but they have just giant space battles of like hundreds of thousands of spaceships going at it.
Did you hear Akira got indefinitely put off because Taika Waititi is doing Thor: Love and Thunder instead?
They got infinitely put off again?
Yes.
Like seriously, they announced that movie like 20 years ago. I mean, seriously, it's probably like in a race with Gambit over which film will actually be like released, the slowest.
I'll tell you what, though, New Mutants is getting there.
To be honest, I think Gambit actually does have the better chance.
She got something on her lip.
Well,
it's space lipstick or space makeup.
Well, at this point, like I said, Disney's on this like Fox cancellation spree, so I don't see a Gambit solo movie unless Kevin Feige's like, yeah, that's part of Marvel Phase 72.
Yeah, that's where we're going to start. Bringing in the mutants as Gambit. No, let's not do that.
Oh, please tell me he's going to burst in the robot when they say when anyone has a reason to object to this union.
Dude, that is why women like
it. It is so tacky, but I still love it. like that is cinematic balls right there pulling off something like that.
Does anyone here object?
So the turrets float off of the ship. Why don't you just make them fly around?
Oh. Oh.
It's a pretty cool space battle here.
Why is he teaming up? I know I've missed things. I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah. I think the space battle's a little overdone. Like, there's kind of too much going on there that you can't quite follow it, but
I thought he double-crossed him.
maybe he got double-crossed again.
Oh.
I can't fucking...
The luchadors are going to get upset.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry, listener. We lost track of what was going on here.
At this point, we're just responding to this like a boxing match. Oh, shit. What you gonna do now, Titus?
Oh, yeah!
I wish I had a giant robot at my wedding. My name's Mr. Wise. It's a hint.
Once you were married, he was going to murder you.
Let me ask you a question.
My mother was never as beautiful or as gullible as you. Oh, it's the compliment sandwich. Ugh. There's no guards
he has
or
a
anything
point.
around. He had one guy with a gun's able to escape with the princess. Or the queen, or whatever the hell she is.
I guess so. Pick your iPads up, lady. Put them away. I'll raise my kids.
Now Mila Kunis is all depressed.
I almost got married.
To a guy
Yesterday,
who's gonna murder me.
2 days ago, I was scrubbing toilets.
Yeah, who thought that would turn out to be a bad idea?
All right, he got his pardon. He's officially a skyjacker again.
All right. You know what that means? You guys
Oh my god, a
can-
woman who doesn't
Scott.
want to talk? Who fucking wrote this?
Oh, whoa. The ladies like this movie.
I know, but that's not realistic.
Oh, Mark.
I'm not going near that one.
Yeah.
I've already sacrificed all possibility of me getting elected into office by being associated with this network.
Part of the contract, I think.
Sean and I were reviewing Glow the other night, and like off air, we were just talking about how the show, went and everything else. And I was telling him, Jesse, about the living meme and the rude guy comments that I've received and how I'm embracing those. He was just like, and of course, he made the point of saying, he missed the point of what I was saying, and then went on to say, I'm just in a place right now where I want to like things. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not what I just said, but go on. And then he was like, and boy, when you don't like something, you're pretty blunt about it. I'm like, right, that's kind of the point of my podcast.
That was the point. That was the point.
Yes, that's why you listen to us. God damn.
Well,
I back my stuff up, though. I'm just not making like loud, stupid pronouncements like some people in our chats.
that's... my goodness.
Yeah.
I point towards Volbeat and some of the stuff that you said on that as to like almost crossing the threshold of some of the darkest, craziest shit that I've heard on this podcast. So,
and that's the stuff that gets the most listens. So I'm clearly
Yes,
doing
it
something
does.
right.
So what do we got going on here?
Eddie Redmayne has kidnapped her family to try and strong-arm her into meeting up with him. And apparently she's going on to meet up with him. So seriously, like, if he wants to, like, start with executing your cousin, I wouldn't object.
Yeah, it's been nice if she would have just been like, well.
Yeah, you can keep him. To be honest, this is, like, the best chance he has of being successful at anything in life. I do like the Aegis stuff. I think it looks pretty neat. Like the ship design and the interface. That's all good.
Jesse,
I think it's because it has some restraint associated with it.
Jesse, did I tell you the feedback I got from Garmer about the Metal Hammer of Doom?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, so this is great. So I said, hey, does anyone ever write you or leave comments or anything? Because I never see them. And he was like, yeah, I specifically don't want to share any of the comments with you.
Ah, okay.
And I was like, but for why? And he goes, he's like half the comments are they think you guys are really great and and knowledgeable and funny and they enjoy the podcast. The other half think you don't get to the topic fast enough, you don't stay on point, or they hate your opinion.
All right.
And
that sounds about right.
And and if I tell you about it, I'm afraid you'll change, and none of us want that. Just keep doing. Just pretend you're not getting any feedback at all, and just keep doing what you're doing. I don't want you to change your podcast. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool,
good enough.
It's the comment section. Half of the people love you, half of the people hate you. Just that's life.
Yeah,
or that's the internet.
Just do it, Jesse. No pre-podcast jibber jabber. Just fucking do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, Jesse.
Yeah, let's see how long you stick to that. Slipknot went real smooth. We really stuck to the topic there.
Well, I just re-upped my hot podcast thing with Podcoin, so I knew people were going to be listening.
You can't lie to the listeners like that, Mark. You can't just go, hey, everybody, it's a podcast, blah, 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 podcast.
First one's
Maybe we
free.
should just be happy that there was more than one comment from one person.
It's true.
All right, back to the movie. All right, so she's been with the sister, and she's been with the first brother. Now we're with the evil brother.
Well, the eviler brother.
Yeah.
I mean, the nice brother wanted to marry her and then kill her, so the bar's not very high right now.
This guy has a
I don't know.
bit of
I'll
issue.
take straightforward evil as opposed to manipulative evil.
Oh my gosh, no.
I really wish they got young Jeremy Irons to do this because he is the undisputed master of chewing scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth Element.
Maybe Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I was thinking more like Dungeons and Dragons. I just imagine Jeremy Irons just got on set. It's like, oh dear, I have found myself in the middle of a shitty movie. Well, I better give the poor saps that go pay money to see this something worth their time. Blood will rain from the sky. I swear there's a deleted scene on that of him just eating a chair.
I believe I referred to Denzel Washington in the movie Training Day as banging the scenery. Like, he wasn't chewing it, he was just hardcore fucking it.
He didn't even know they were making a movie.
They just followed him around like a wild animal.
Oh, no, you love your mother. Please, no, I've already had one of you guys try and, get with me. Oh, this is so deep. He knows what a hierarchy is.
Why, when they block these scenes, do they think that a villain, that anyone's going to let, the villain, unless they're restrained in some way, touch their face and get that close to them?
Oh,
wow.
Mac.
Oh, wow, I am 5 seconds ahead of you guys.
He needs to manage his emotions a
Yeah,
lot
two
better.
words: anger management.
The great eye is ever watchful.
Yes.
And there he is. What do you know?
Yeah. That might be the joke of the show.
Your car make it back?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, good.
I think Melissa pressed the button in the car that for some odd reason somehow drained the battery while we were at the movies, and so
there's a drain the battery button in your car. Really?
There's some button that's got like the hazard sign on it, and it says 110 volt power. I honestly, we're just taking a guess because she thinks she brushed up against it, and then we left the car, and I guess it was feeding power to something, and it just drained. Well, we got to jump. We let it run for a little bit, and then we were on our way, and then we turned the car off. We turned it back on again in the driveway, and it worked just fine.
That's good.
Yeah, I can't handle another fucking thing going wrong right now. All right, so she's just seen her parents there. Trapped under ice, like Caleb.
Yeah.
Like maybe I missed something because we're doing a commentary here, but seriously, like, why did she not like immediately once she got like made queen, get a security detail like an army?
Because this
Yeah.
movie is stupid.
Listen, don't tickle her mom to death, okay? Please. Turn off the tickler. All right.
Aw.
Here's
Okay,
your
now bash him over the head with the iPad.
and the iPad of death.
Oh, Gundam Heshin Suru. Like, it really does seem like that kind of thing where they just took everything that they liked and they threw it together in a blender to make, like, a universe.
Yeah.
Which, again, nothing wrong with that, but the pacing and the exposition just
I feel like this
not
is
quite there.
This is what Star Wars would have been had George Lucas had, like, the original Star Wars, like, what he conceptualized, had he had, like, all the freedom and the budget and no editor. It would have turned into Jupiter Ascending.
I'm just surprised he's not doing this just by using this damn gravity boots.
Like fucking Captain Marvel. He's just flying
skating off lightning.
Hello, laser lady.
Alarm continues to beep.
Yelling.
Tick, tick, tock, I am the kitchen clock. Tick, tick, tock, this is my
Boom.
wife. Boom, 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 boom.
What are you singing?
What?
What are you singing?
The kitchen clock. I don't know. It's a song I used to know by a band called PTP. You've never heard of them?
No, I have not.
You don't know what the hell I'm going on.
You
about.
are correct, sir.
It's still a douchey's hipster move to say that, though.
I've just worked with Jesse long enough to know what he knows and what he doesn't know. There's no fucking way he knows of like some like mid to late '80s fucking techno band.
Yeah, there's a 98% chance you are correct. All right.
So they're once again dragging out yet another scene where she's being forced to do something against her will just to be saved in the ta-da nick of time.
It's like, oh, snap.
So, politics.
Mm-hmm. Really stupid, like, political system.
So she's not going to sign the document.
Oh,
It's right out of the
Yeah.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Of course I don't know what I'm doing. I've only been queen for, like, 6 hours.
you sign it. Like,
Oh, really? Like, people have been trying to kill me for the last 10 hours. You think I haven't figured out that this is serious? You have my mom on a torture table down there.
I think
Is
this would fall under the heading of coerced.
his name is Mr. Knight.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Channing
yeah.
Tatum in his fucking anti-gravity skater boy boots.
Comes our skater boy. He said, "See you later, boy."
He's gonna kill all these vampire lizards. No.
You will not see it anymore.
Choke slam her. Choke
Oh, I would have
slam.
smashed him with it.
Kick him right in the balls. No, she's gonna slam it down like a fucking child.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Nut shot. Here comes Stubby Arms Luchadors.
Yeah. Send in the Gimp Troopers.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. What's all this about?
Woo. I'm kind of,
She's fucking the dog.
I was kind of concerned about the
So they shot a refinery.
Yeah.
Lobot's daughter here.
Yeah. Who would have thought that like making a floating city in like the atmosphere of Jupiter was a bad idea? Nothing to see here. Just walking along. Don't worry about it. That was actually a really good impersonation of the sound effects.
So, okay. So women claim this as their own science fiction, but is it just me, or does Mila Kunis not do anything in this movie?
Hey, she's moving her family's bodies, and like she didn't sign the thing.
I think the ladies really identify with the cleaning of the toilets. That's.
And then you give me shit.
I am not going near that one.
You fucking hypocrite. Like, oh, Marco's a little too far. Okay, Jesse.
Oh, shit. Elephant Man in the room. All right.
But yeah, I don't think Jupiter has a lot of agency in this film so far.
Shoot his ass.
Oh, there we go.
Finally, she fucking
Him
does
out.
something for herself. We're about to have fried lizard gizzard.
I just wish he had said, like, you can't do that. I'm bulletproof. Ben shoots him. Guess not.
Oh,
Disney
Well.
death.
about your luck, sir.
Oh, no. If only there was a way I could fly.
Oh, that's right. I have hoverboard.
I have magic anti-gravity boots.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's almost like he's rollerblading. That really
So
is.
extreme.
Why don't everybody just hop down the hole and have a good time? All right.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Yeah, duck.
Can't imagine why anyone would complain about this podcast.
You guys make all the quips about my sense of humor you want, but people keep coming back. God damn it, we get listens.
Ouch. She's going to get her comeuppance here in a second. I know it. It's going to happen.
Like the cape gets caught by the airstream and blows him away.
Oh,
No capes.
Channing Tatum is still fighting the vampire lizard thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
They just got bit.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
this fight is going at the speed of plot. I mean, really, with something with a mouth that big, you think it would have like bit all the way through
Yeah,
him by
he's
now.
dead, man. He'd
Yeah.
have to be.
Oh no, this is going by the crawl levels of
Okay, so we're doing like action movie rules.
yeah. You know, an alligator can full on bite you and your hand doesn't come off.
Yeah, if our hero is wounded, he'll be wounded in a like non-vital place, like say the shoulder, and the injury will prevent him from doing everything, with the exception of like complicated martial arts moves, the operating of heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Oh, the space glass.
I would not expect him to get up from that one.
Well, he is like spliced with the dog, so
Keep forgetting. What kind of fucking horror show is she in? Okay, here we go.
yeah, she's ascending again. I can't believe that joke still works, but thank you.
Jupiter ascends a lot.
It's like that episode of like Spin-off Doctors where like they're doing like the Resident Evil movie and the bad guy's name is Isaac and Jim Sterling keeps on making those puns about the blinding of Isaac.
Oh.
Oh, ouch.
That was slick.
That was not quite like Jason X where he like freezes the person's face with liquid nitrogen then smashes it.
I've heard.
That's the best.
I mean, the entire movie looked like absolute crap, but that was one great kill.
Other than like maybe the original, I would absolutely watch Jason X and Jason Takes Manhattan.
I've watched the first one, and I think 6, whichever one had the psychic girl in it, or not the psychic, but yep, words have been lost. She's not psychic. She's fucking telekinetic, I think, or something.
Dynamite.
Which one is that? Is it 4 or 6, or which one is it?
Oh, Jesse, I just did the clutch thing for you, and you no-sold it.
I thought you was quoting fucking.
You said
What does Terry
telekinetic.
Pratchett would say, because like convention is stronger than any law of physics.
You said telekinetic, and I said dynamite.
I get it. Thought you were doing a JJ impression.
So here's a thought: as we're watching Mila Kunis run through hell.
Yeah, please.
So there's all this complaints about, not enough women in science fiction, not good women characters. Why have women not taken to Ripley? Because I know, like, every guy brings her up. Every guy brings up Linda Hamilton in Terminator and Ripley in the Aliens franchise. But I don't feel like girls ever consider either one of those as, like, good science fiction role models. Like, there's, like, stuff that's coming up now, like, oh, look, we finally have a ... especially around the time of the last Wonder Woman movie. But, like, as what everybody else was pointing out, it was like, no, this isn't the first time. Why didn't you take to these two strong female sci-fi characters?
Who did you list? You listed
Ellen
Sarah
Ripley from Alien.
and
Uh-huh.
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor.
There's other ones out there too, isn't there? I mean,
Those are two big ones.
Yeah, at least in the West, like from Hollywood.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's the only thing I can think of is that they're sci-fi, and even though they were strong women at the time,
Like, I don't like. Do those movies just not appeal to women?
that's what I was going to say. It's like maybe that's more action flick. I don't know too many ladies that say they love the Alien franchise.
That's a good point.
I don't know too many ladies that would come to me and say, "Hey, I really like Terminator."
Right.
So,
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know enough about this topic to really go for it. Though, like, to bring up anime, like a lot of the female characters in there, you seem to have a lot more girls into that. And now I have thrown away my weapon, and I'm just going to turn my back on you.
what do you think of that statement?
Yeah.
The world has come tumbling down. All things considered, maybe Eddie Redmayne shouldn't have bothered with her. Like, 20 minutes
Yeah.
this girl is on the planet, and his whole operation is being destroyed.
Well, I wonder if he's going to get caught.
I wonder who's going to save her if somebody only has...
Gravity boots.
rollerblading on the air.
How did she get in a spacesuit?
He had something.
Yeah, they're like little patches that make the spacesuit around you.
Okay, it's like Iron Man armor.
Sure.
Where he touches a button the size of a lima bean, and suddenly he has a full plate of armor around him.
Hey, nanotechnology.
Do you like it?
Ow, not in the ship.
No. Shut him down.
Never tell me the odds.
What's the
Facial
plan?
ornaments.
What's the plan for today, Director? We're going to light the entire set on fire.
I'm down.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was mostly done in CG.
Now, come on. Practical effects all the way.
Yeah. I'd love that. Yeah, it's the size of a small city.
Production budget, $3 billion.
Yeah.
So I have to look up the numbers, but I'm curious which one flopped harder, given the budgets, this or John Carter. That's another one. I haven't watched it, but I've heard like that's another one where it's just nobody saw it. It wasn't great.
It was fine.
I didn't hate it. I remember watching it shortly after it came out on video. It wasn't horrible, but
Yeah, I think the problem with John Carter is the story is literally over 100 years old.
yeah,
So it's just like everything that was new and novel at the time has now just become cliched, and it's been developed further.
I need to get me one of them digital goatees like that dude has.
Another one that Disney lost shit tons of money on was The Lone Ranger. Jeff and I actually covered that when it came out. Oh, that was awful.
And yet, Captain Marvel was the one that they decided to buy all the tickets for to hide that it was underperforming.
Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly.
Yeah, because girls don't go and see movies with girls in them. That's just silly.
All right, and we're back on Earth again.
Did everybody get mind wiped? Why are my clothes on backwards?
Why do I have fire burns?
Well, time to make the donuts. Oh, hey, she made the donuts.
She's appreciative of her life now.
Yeah.
Yep. All she wanted to be was queen, and when she was queen, she didn't want to be queen anymore.
Now she's happily scrubbing toilets.
Well, I'm glad she's happy.
I'm queen of the earth. Scrub, scrub, scrub.
Yeah.
I remember when I got that tattoo. It was a crazy day.
That's like the greatest understatement in the history of the universe.
Is she wearing the same outfit for dinner this time that she wore the last time?
I did not keep track, sir.
She's definitely wearing her hair the same way. Down.
That's the greatest wrapping job I've ever seen. I have no idea what the hell that
Look, her family bought her a telescope.
is. Wait, Mark, it's not unwrapped. Spoilers, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, like a minute.
Oh my God!
It's a telescope! Who would have thought?
Swerve, bruh.
Oh.
Are we still going to address Vladdy wanting to sell my eggs so he could buy a Roomba?
I don't know.
What an idea!
I would actually just love to stare at the ceiling with this telescope. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, this stucco is so much more interesting now.
She's going out on a date. Who is she dating?
I don't know. Does he have the boots?
Alien human who's half dog with wings and gravity boots.
I feel like the family's not going to accept him.
Yes.
He is not allowed in this house. Not invited for dinner.
Oh, God, this movie's still going on.
I would have hated to have watched this twice in a day.
Well, welcome to my life.
Mark.
I'd just like to point out this was all your idea.
Oh, look, he's got his angel's wings.
There wasn't even a plot about that.
Oh, he's like, then he takes the boots and he chucks them off the fucking side of the thing.
Yeah. No! You fool! Those boots were the key to everything!
He's like, look, Ma, no boots. Here we go, baby.
Every girl's dream.
Yep.
Kiss a stripper with wings.
Magic Mike.
That's half dog. That's a very specific dream when you think about it.
All right.
Oh, she took the gravity boots?
Did
For
she?
her. Yeah.
Oh.
She just fucking floated off the roof, dude.
That's probably the smartest decision she's made in the entire film.
We get to fly together. That's actually pretty cool.
No, he has like dog angel things to do.
Dog Angel. He's the bounty hunter. Dog Angel, the bounty hunter.
Look at her skating away. Woo!
Yeah. I can understand like the half dog thing, but also like having the wings. I think it's just a little too much.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Oh, spectacular!
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
Like it's not a terrible movie by any stretch. It's just
There were a lot of great special effects in that. I think.
Okay, so
like one thing I will really say about the Wachowskis is like they took all the like cred they got from the Matrix and just like cashed it in on whatever they wanted to do. They did not hold back.
Yeah, but like I've said about George Lucas, this is definitely one of those deals where it's like, if you know, people, I think there are very few people I think who can just work alone, work without collaboration, and have what they're doing really come out well and be accepted. You know, some of our great geniuses had people with them saying, "No, don't do that. That's a bad idea. You know, maybe try it this way." Seldom do those people get credit for that sort of thing, but I think the reality is that some of our great works, whether they be in film or TV or literature or music or whatever, results from collaboration and not from one single point of view, one single mind. And I look at the Wachowskis and I think, like, obviously The Matrix was not just their singular vision. There were people who worked on that film that sort of reined things in and made sure they didn't go completely off the rails. If this was less of that and more of everyone just kind of like guessing the Wachowskis to death, it kind of shows, because this is a fucking mess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mess, but man, they went for it.
Okay. I mean, credit where credit's... Yeah, you're right. Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, like now we're like every film that has this much money spent on it is this carefully calculated, focus tested, market researched monstrosity. Just kind of say like, yeah, hey, there's a couple of people with this crazy idea. Well, the last thing they made a ton of money, so here you go.
Yep,
this might work.
Look, and you're not wrong. I'll give you credit for the idea of, hey, even something that's kind of a mess, at least this was obviously someone's passion project.
It's like the Red Letter Media Plinkett commentary on like not the Last Jedi was the first one. Force Awakens is like, it's a fine movie, but it's also a very safe movie. And as much as we complain about the Star Wars prequels and how they turned out, they were the product of a vision. It was a mad vision that didn't quite work, but Lucas was at least trying to do something different. He was trying to push his boundaries and show us something we'd never seen before.
This was clearly not a movie written by committee.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I think the new Star Wars trilogy is failing, in that they're not really advancing it beyond what it used to be. But anyway, that's an entirely different podcast.
Oh boy, do I not want to get into that again.
Yeah.
Oh no, Rian Johnson took it in a new direction, and everyone wanted to then hang Rian Johnson.
It's a terrible fine line to walk. Yeah, the whole we want you to make something different but also the same. And yeah, I do not envy any of the people who are saddled with that burden. That being said, if you're getting paid a paycheck with that many zeros on it, I kind of expect competence. Now I'm talking about Star Trek Discovery again, but anyway. But it's the idea isn't bad, I can see, and yeah, the art direction's very interesting and out there. But yeah, it's just kind of the execution. It kind of feels like it needed, maybe it needed someone to kind of rein it in a bit and kind of say, maybe cut down on all the fancy terminology a bit and, tweak the pacing a lot.
Yeah. This movie, I have the Wikipedia up. This movie clocks in at just over 2 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say a little over 2, because I looked at that as soon as when I hit play. I was like, how long am I? Oh, shit.
It did go by pretty quick, I'll give it that.
Yeah, well, it's like
it went by because we were cracking wise through the whole thing.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. 27% tomato meter and 38% audience score out of 95,000 ratings. Wow.
Guilty.
Yeah.
So on a budget of roughly $200 million, it pulled in $184 million. And now you can watch it on Netflix, so have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. Watch it multiple times, too.
I have.
The moral here is don't be like Mark, as it should always be.
Yeah, I can't say it's a film I'd watch again on my own, but if I was like with friends and someone for some reason wanted to watch it, I could go through it again.
Yeah, I'd probably tell Kira, hey, you might want to check this out. She kind of likes movies like this. She's not really too big into the sci-fi, but she's 14 years old. This might be something that
wasn't a tremendous amount of sci-fi here. Ask her if she likes political thrillers.
Hey, Matthew Broderick worked on props. I didn't know he did that.
Really?
It was probably someone with the same name.
All right, Jesse, one more time. Tell them why we did this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, check out the Super Blog Team Up. It is going to be going on right when this releases. All sorts of great blogs and podcasts will be joining forces to talk about immortality. That's right, immortality. So you will have the opportunity to check out all sorts of great content from us, because we have one more contribution that will be in the form of the Source Material Comics podcast. Mark Radulich has a special book planned for that. And, our good buddy Chris Bailey, check out a lot of his stuff. You can hear him on the Source Material podcast, of course, along with all three of us, me, Mark, Sheehan, and Chris Bailey there, the four podsmen, talking some wrestling every once in a while. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, so today this is dropping on August 28th. David Wright and I, by this time, have reviewed Lost in Space Season 1. A little late to the party on that one, but I wanted to get it in the can before Lost in Space Season 2 comes out.
The one time I have something to plug, Mark.
That's okay. Be like Pat and plug it again. Tomorrow on the Metal Hammer of Doom, we have Rage of Light Imploder. On Thursday, we'll have a TV party for the Banana Split sci-fi horror movie. On Friday, we'll have another sci-fi horror movie. This time it'll be Zombie fucking Tidal Wave. And then on the 31st, myself and Pat Mullen will be reviewing NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. In September. It's Onslaught month. Jesse tricked me into spending an entire month on one comic, making me have to push a lot of other stuff into another month.
Oh, the schedule woes.
So every Monday on Source Material from September 2nd through September 23rd, we will be reviewing Onslaught, volumes 1 through 4. And then we'll end the month with Gotham by Gaslight, which we'll also do a TV party on. We've got TV parties for Hannibal Season 3. We're finally wrapping that up. Legion Season 3, speaking of wrapping things up. Let's see here. We'll have a Damn You Hollywood review for It Chapter 2, provided there's no hurricane. She-Ra Season 3, Kill Switch Engage, the new one that came out just a few weeks ago. The Dark Crystal TV party, plus an on-trial for the original Dark Crystal. We'll review the new Tarja album. We'll review the new Rambo movie, Last Blood. The new Korn. We'll be reviewing Disenchantment Season 2 in September. Hell yeah. Pat Mullen twisted my arm and made me do a review for BH 90210.
Hey, I'm joining you guys. I think I'm going to make a point to be on that one with you.
Fantastic. And then finally, we end the month. We're gonna rebroadcast an old show. We're gonna rebroadcast The Killing Joke just in time for the new Joker movie, which apparently is getting Oscar buzz. We'll also have a review for AEW All Out. All right, what do you got, David? What do you want to plug? Besides Lost in Space.
The one thing I had, Mark.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. All right, Jesse, take me home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go give the Radulich in Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. We talk metal, we talk comics, we talk movies, we talk TV. All sorts of great content there. All you have to do is subscribe. From what I understand, there's a great podcast platform out there called Podcoin. You can get paid to listen to podcasts. I don't know what the hell you're doing when you're listening to podcasts. If you're making money, great, but why don't you make a little bit more money by listening to podcasts through Podcoin and getting paid for it? Check that out there. And you can subscribe right there. Just type in Radulich, and you will be able to access all the great content that we offer.
Some of the great content.
Some of it. That's exactly
because
what I'm.
Now we've got exclusive content on Patreon. If you are a Patreon patron, as it were, if you spend a little bit of money on that Patreon, you get all of our exclusive content, watch along, Screaming Boys. We'll have more up as time goes on, but this is actually going to be the last watch along we do for free. The rest of them will be on Patreon. So if you enjoyed us cracking wise for 2 hours while watching a movie and you want more of that, come check out our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/Radulich. Radulich.
We're not going to make any money, are we?
One never knows. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Jesse and David Wright, we appreciate you. Be well, be safe, and behave.